Dear Madam President and our dear friend Stephanie, dear Rotary International Director Daniel, dear Rotarians, protocol observed. Honestly, we are truly happy and honored to have been able to host you, Rotarians, our big Rotary family, from all around Central and, as far as I know, Southeastern Europe. So thank you for coming in our beautiful Durrës. I hope that you are finding this special program that we have designed together with Rotary International staff and with the support of our dear President Stephanie, in order to provide to you the best expertise from the Rotary Foundation and also to do a transfer of know-how in order to build capacity of local Rotarians from our region. So Rotary Global Grants Capacity Building Regional Program, the aim, it was building capacities in order to have bigger presence with project proposals from the clubs of our region. And for that, I would like to thank the staff of Rotary International and also the President Urchick. So one big applause for them. I will combine my language since we are in our homeland, a little bit in Albanian. I will resume and then I will conclude in English as well. I know that we have translation, simultaneous, so okay. Kënaqësi e madhe me qenë sot këtu, në cilësinë e guvernatorit tuaj, por gjithashtu edhe në një moment shumë të bukur dhe të veçantë, I cili është edhe vizita e presidentes së Rotary ndërkombëtar, zoni Stefan Urchick. Për më tepër, neve duhet jemi shumë falënderuese presidentes tonë, për shkak se presidentja I ka kushtuar një javë të plot një distrikti, siç është distrikti ynë. Edhe jo pse nuk I don distrikte tjera. Mirë po, ka pa nevojën që duhet me na jap një ndihmë, një përkraje, duke parë që në vitin e parë neve nuk kemi mbijetu, po kemi lulësu, sepse kështu edhe na kanë thonë. Dhe qëllimi është që me na ndihmu tutje që ne jo vetëm të punojmë për veti, por të jemi edhe shembull për distrikte tjera dhe më gjërë. Kështu që unë e shfrytëzoj rastin me të vërtetë, me falënderu nga zemra Presidenten Stephanie për këtë ndihmë dhe për këtë përkraje që ka bërë. It was an incredible year. We started on July the 1st, but before that we have started 3 years ago, working like we have worked from July the 1st until now. Thanks to the representative of Rotary International President, who was an incredible fellow, friend, and now brother of ours, and member of our district as well, Radu Popescu, and he is here. We have been resuming being active. And the first days after the chartering ceremony have been splendid. So we have had around 330 Rotarians from all around the globe, and from Kosovo and Albania as well, and from the region, celebrating together the birth of the new district, which it enriches also the life of Rotary International family as well. After that, we have resumed immediately working hand by hand with leaders of the clubs and also with the district leaders to improve the activity and to further advance actually the activity of the Rotary in our district of Albania and Kosovo. The results are obvious. We have been doing a lot of activities also to making visible and international our district by doing a lot of ICCs, a lot of district strategic partnerships and twinnings with the fellow districts all around the world. And as well, why we did this? We did this to gain trust, partnership and fellowship from our dear fellow Rotarians in order to commence further for what we are here, to do joint projects together. Because as you all might know, in order to do a joint project, what we need we need an international partner, and we need a host club. So by this, we create the basic conditions to start tackle a community issue. I will surpass 20 minutes. And some of you are well experienced Rotarians. And in order to do so, you have to have time. You have to have full teams. You have to work hand by hand, initially with your club, with your district, and with the representatives of your community, and furthermore with the representatives of local or central institutions, governmental institutions. So it requires time. It exhausts a lot of energy, time, etc. And it is a little bit painful as a process until you get to the final moment when you resume with the proper implementation and you deliver in order to tackle an issue and do an improvement for the local community aimed. Therefore, I would like to appraise clubs who really started bold from the day one. And here I have some friends that they don't know that I love them so much. And they are, for example, just to tell you, one big table, Rotary Club PEA, who started initially with the first global grant in our district, and I would like a great applause for them. It was building solar panels in the hospital of PEA. And later on, we resumed further. And it was one of the great achievements for us, because we unblocked one old idea, and when we did the district winning with 7-8-0 from West Pennsylvania, your neighboring district, Madam President, we unblocked this project together with $7 and Elizabeth, and we are very thankful. And we have started implementing another project for high and lower secondary schools in Pristina with Rotary Club Pristina Dardania. And it is a project of $110,000 in training the psychologists of the schools in dealing with the trauma of the children, with the most sophisticated methodology in the world. And this is another achievement, what we did for our community. And it was well assessed prior to doing this project. The third one, we continued with our lovely Shkodra. By the way, for Pristina Dardania. The third one was with lovely Shkodra. With lovely Shkodra, a 10-year-old club, working hard with compassion. They wanted to do something bold, and we supported them. And when we supported them, we finalized it just yesterday. We inaugurated the newest support of the remote communities or underprivileged communities, like the suburb or the villages of Shkodra, region of Shkodra, with the auto ambulance fully equipped with echo and modern devices in order to serve especially women and ladies in need for disease prevention and also promoting a better health. So also this was a tremendous work done, and it is around 70,000 euros or dollars. So also we would like to appraise. Step by step we go to the fourth one. We couldn't inaugurate the fourth one yesterday because there have been some issues with the transfer of money and starting of it. However, we are so happy to start next month one of the very cute projects, which again, it was developed hand by hand with the community, with the Rotary Club Leja, and also with institutions, local institutions of Leja. But here I would like to do a special emphasis. If it wasn't for the initial contribution many years ago of another club with a big heart, which is Rotary Club Giloni, who did a fundraising, a big fundraising of 40,000 euros, and for this project, for the people affected by the earthquake in Albania, if it wasn't for their budget and for their support, this project wouldn't be able to be implemented. So thanks to Gilani, we have been able to help and assist Rotary Club Leja, because they are a new club, and together with the team of the district, and to gain the support for this project. So we thank Rotary Club Gilani, and we thank all the friends who helped us in Rotary International to gain the support for this project, which is equipping the hospital of Leja with devices for the clinic of ophthalmology, which wasn't there before, and we are creating this clinic, and this was dearly asked from the local representatives there. So also big applause for Gilani, for the support provided for Leja, and also for the other members. We are going to inaugurate this project later next month, and we have another project coming. It is knocking on our doors. We couldn't open the door today because we have opened many doors, but it will come soon, and it is another project of another dear club of ours, Rotary Club Durrës, who is hosting us. Rotary Club Durrës did a pilot project 1 or 2 years ago for scoliosis, as you all know, and we have the problem of scoliosis all around our schools with our students and our pupils. And after having a successful intervention and results, then we thought as a district, together with the District Rotary Foundation Chair and our district governor nominee designee Ela Golemi, to extend it further, and also with the president of Durrës, etc. But I'm not giving names. I know that I'm forgetting a lot of names, sorry. But when I mention clubs, you are all included. And we did this global grant. And we had also support from our dear district that we have been Butrint, from United States, from West Pennsylvania. So here we are with another global grant. And last but not least, when we are going back now to Kosovo, we have one dear club, the biggest club so far concerning the numbers, which is Rotary Club Pristina, which actually used all its resources not to do global grants for themselves, but to do global grants for others. And for this, initially, I would like to applaud Fiorentina Ducci and all the team who helped Ela Golemi in order to assist Shkodra, Leja, name it, you will get it, to have these proper global grants. So thank you. And now we have another project there, Peace, Enhancing Youth Peace, something like that. And it's going to be inaugurated when our dear president will visit us. So step by step, as you can see, a lot of global grants. I'm trying to tease you to have some, so to envy us and to follow our steps, because this is only our first year as a district. Hereby, I really would like to thank from the bottom of my heart my staff, District Rotary Foundation Chair, and also District Governor nominee Fiorentina, Ela, for all their contribution, and also the others who enabled me to have and celebrate this success together. So big applause for all of you. Last but not least, Rotary Foundation is the engine who puts in motion this precious wheel. Where is that? Here. So, if it wasn't for Rotary International and for Rotary Foundation, Rotary International wouldn't have this great impact all over the world. So, I would like here to use this opportunity to ask you further to continue to fundraise activities to support our precious fund, the Rotary Foundation, because only in this way we can keep up the pace and we can contribute more to our communities all over the world. Furthermore, we have gone beyond our project, beyond our district. We helped nowadays, during this year, one of the districts in Turkey in dealing still with the suffering of the earthquakes. So there, clubs of our district donated $16,000 US, and with this we are doing a global grant together with our partners there. And furthermore, some months before chartering our district, we did also a very good disaster relief fund for Ukraine, providing less than 200 laptops for the children of Kharkiv, because they couldn't go to their schools, but they needed to attend their online schools. So as you can see, as a district, we are very generous. And I would like here to conclude to take each other hand by hand, because here we have representatives of different countries of our region, and think doing something bigger. Because one of our main areas of focus is peace promotion and prevention of conflicts. Sometimes we tend to have ridiculous conflicts. Let's do a joint project from here on, together, cross-border projects, all the districts that are participating here, and let's show to the world that who are Rotarians and what they can do to bring peace in the world. Thank you for being here today with us, and may God bless you. And hereby I would like to invite our dear President, Stephanie Urchick, to take the floor. Thank you very much.
Family of Rotary, I'm extremely excited to be with you today because you're talking about something that has been near and dear to me since I became a Rotarian 34 years ago. As you heard the governor say, the Rotary Foundation is the engine that gets us moving. I like to call it our charity. It is there for us as Rotarians and Rotary clubs to access so that we can do good around the world. And of course, global grants are just one of the programs. I'm sure you know that the Rotary Foundation is involved in polio eradication. We have major Rotary Peace Centers around the world. You heard that we do disaster grants, district grants. So there are many, many programs of the Rotary Foundation, but today we're focusing on the program that helps us do good in the world and helps us tell our story. What I love most about global grants is that they fall from our action plan. Now, I hope all of you have heard about Rotary's action plan, which is a tool that clubs can use to go from good to great, or to go from not so good to better. And it helps you take your club and make it irresistible. And when a club is irresistible, the people who are in it are less likely to leave. And the people who are not yet in the club will look and say, my goodness, what's that club doing? They're having a good time and they're doing amazing things. So our action plan helps us to become irresistible. And global grants are a major way that we put our action plan into action. One of the priorities of our action plan says to increase participant engagement. Now, when we talk about participants, that doesn't only mean members of Rotary or Rotaract clubs. It means people who benefit by what we do. So when we engage in global grant activity, we really are increasing both of those groups, members as well as people who benefit by what we do. I want to tell you two quick stories about grant activity that are very special to me. And I know some of you have heard one of them already, but you're going to hear it again. That logo, the Magic of Rotary, happened because of grant activity. Back then it was called a matching grant. But my Rotary district in Pennsylvania partnered with a Rotary district in the Dominican Republic. And we found ourselves there to install biosand water filters. And so in this community, Agua Negras, we were going into homes, and my job was to put the filter together, to show the family how to use it, how to clean it, and then the final thing I would do is test it. I would take dirty water, put it in, and it would come out clean. So I was in a home, a Haitian home in the Dominican Republic, and there were 5 family members. There was a grandmother and a mother and 3 little boys. So I did put the filter together. I showed the women how to use it, how to clean it, and then the final thing, of course, I took that dirty water and I put it in and it came out clean. And then I put it in again and it came out clean. And when I stopped, one of those little boys ran up and he tugged on my sleeve and he said, "Lady, lady, show me that magic again." The magic was not the water filter. The magic was what would happen to that family now that they had access to clean water. Those little boys could go back to school 5 days a week because they had not been doing that. They were walking for water. The mother in the family could go out and find employment. She didn't do that either because she had been walking for water. So that's the magic. That's the doing good in the world that grants allow us to participate in. The second story I want to share with you is from when I served my district as governor. I was thinking, is there a project that every club in the district can get involved in? And somewhere, I can't even remember where it was, I read about a hospital in southeast Poland that didn't have any mammography equipment. They had a machine, but it broke in 1971 and they pushed it into a corner because they couldn't get parts to repair it. So we did some investigation, and at that time, which was around the year 2000, the breast cancer survival rate in the United States was 75% or greater. In that part of Poland, it was less than 50%, not because they had more cancer. They didn't have early detection. So I thought, this is it. This is what every club in my Rotary district can get excited about, because every one of us has an important woman in our lives. We have mothers, wives, daughters, aunts. Everybody has an important woman. So I said to the clubs in the district, let's do this project. Our partner, our international partner, was the Rotary Club of Krakow. And so we did fundraising, we applied for a matching grant from our Rotary Foundation, and it engaged every single club in the district. They all did some kind of fundraising. One club sold pierogies outside of a supermarket, Polish pasta. Another club had a polka dance. Another club did a softball tournament. And my favorite, and this is slightly indelicate, so I apologize, a club decided to do a bowling tournament, and they called it Bowling for Boobs. But it was highly successful, highly successful. And we gathered all that money, and we had a matching grant from the foundation, and we were able to get a biopsy unit with what we had collected, and we talked to Siemens in Germany, and they waived value-added taxes, and we became a part of that short history, because in the time that machine was operational until the time it became obsolete and the hospital went to digital mammography, they had done over 5,000 mammograms. So we, all of us who contribute to the Rotary Foundation, we saved lives of Polish women that we will never meet. That's the magic. That's the magic of what we do. And when we think about all the grant activity and all the different possibilities, I need to tell you up front, I am so proud of your district. Amazing work in 1 year. And you are an example to other districts around the world. We have 530 districts. And I will tell you, not all of them are engaged in the activity like you are. The other thing that matching grants do and district and global grants do, it allows us to tell our Rotary story. You just heard me tell two stories from examples from my background. That's the way we promote Rotary. That's the way you should promote Rotary. Your clubs are engaged, your district is engaged in some amazing projects. And it's the stories about the magic that's happening that will make other people interested and make other clubs interested in the whole concept of global grants. You know, in Rotary, all of us in this room, we know what it is. We're Rotarians, we're Rotary staff, we're friends of Rotary. We know what Rotary is. But it's the people out there walking along the beach in town who may not know, or who may have the wrong idea about what we do. I like to say when I'm in the United States that we have a perception problem. People think we are Romeo, rich old men eating out. Look at this group, that's not who we are. So it's up to us to tell our story, and global grants are part of our story. So, you know, it's important that we remember that in addition to just saying, my club is involved in global grants, that you tell the story about the magic, what happened when your club became involved in global grants. The other reason that I love global grants is it actually helps us with the first priority of the action plan. And that's the one that talks about measurement. And you may have wondered, why does the grant application spend so much time asking you about assessment? There's a reason for that. If we don't have assessment and numbers, it's hard to tell our story. It's hard to do that. You know, frequently I'll talk with Rotary clubs and we'll say, we do the dictionary project. And I say, that's fabulous. How effective is it? What impact are you having? Well, we gave out 500 dictionaries to our students this year. That's not the impact. That's the outcome. The impact is what will happen to those students' reading level as they continue to go through school because you have engaged them in a new vocabulary, access to books. That's where the magic is. So global grant activity helps us do that from the beginning because it encourages us to look at assessment. Where are we starting? What are we going to do? And then measure when we're done. You know what this is like? This is like going on a diet. If you decide that's what you want to do, you've got to step on the scale first. And you've got to see how many kilos. And then you decide what you're going to do to lose weight. I don't think anybody gains weight, do they? No. And then at the end, you get back on the scale to see if it was effective. And that, again, is not the impact. It's the outcome. You lost so many kilos. The impact is what's going to happen to your health. How are your clothes going to fit? So it's long-term. So when we think about the activity that we're engaged in with global grants, we really are thinking about the future. We're really thinking about the impact we have on people as we do the work, and then we follow to see where it goes. There's a reason global grants are called that now. You know, I started telling you about matching grants. Years ago, the foundation had this program called matching grants, and you could do really good things for a small amount of money, but there was no sustainability built in. So someone would put a well in somewhere in Nepal, and then 10 years later, someone from that Rotary Club or someone's grandson or nephew would go to that village and the well would be dry. There would be a sign hanging off that said, this was put here by the Rotary Foundation. That's not the kind of magic that we want. So that's why Matching grants have become global grants, and we've built in sustainability. We want the magic of Rotary to continue once we are no longer there. So that's why global grants are such an important project to me. They help us bring our Rotary clubs to life. They help us bring our districts to life. And I, again, am so proud of what you're doing here. You become an example for me to share with the rest of the Rotary world about what can be accomplished when good leadership meets good volunteers, meets Rotarians and Rotaractors who have the hearts and hands for service and want to make a difference in your communities and in the world. So thank you so much for everything you're doing. I love that you are sharing the magic of Rotary, and I love that everyone has stayed awake and listened to me. Thank you.